Good evening, everyone. I didn't mean to scare you. This is your host, Karen Donovan, with the GNW Show. Here another week. We've shortened the title a little bit. Good News Wednesday, now GNW. And we don't want to scare you, but we want to ask you this question. Are you going to be a shark or a goldfish? Stay tuned for some very important information tonight.
It's the Good News Wednesday show. Come on, kids, it's time to roll. Tell everybody that you know. Watch the Good News Wednesday show. Good News Wednesday's finally here. Let's stand up and give a cheer. Watch the boredom disappear, 'cause Good News Wednesday's here.
Well, welcome everyone to the GNW Show. And tonight we're going to be talking about how to withstand the waves of change. And you know all too well how much change we have been through in the last year and a half. And that's how long we've been doing the GNW Show, to put a smile on your face and some fun in your week, starting at the time of the beginning of the pandemic and continuing on, hopefully, until the total end of the pandemic. Now, I ask about the shark and the goldfish. And this is not the kind of story that you think about. You know, in the beginning intro, if you didn't see it, check back later and watch the rerun. We had a little segment on Jaws. That's not the kind of shark that I'm talking about. This is a story about the shark and the goldfish that I shared on our Monday morning wake up blog newsletter. And the shark is actually Sammy the shark, who happens to feel that sharks got a bad rap. And he is a very helpful shark. And he's especially helpful to a little goldfish named Gordy. So I'm going to tell you a little story. Anyway, Gordy got unfortunately washed. Pretend. This is a pretend story. He didn't really go into the ocean, because we all know about goldfish in salt water. They don't do well together. But this little goldfish got accidentally washed out of his bowl, where he had lived comfortably and was fed by his owners, and he got washed into the ocean. And now, all of a sudden, the wave of change swept over him, and he had to figure out how to fend for himself, how to eat, how to survive, how to deal with everything that was thrown his way. And you know, this little story is really cool, because it, of course, mirrors many of our lives, and having a situation where things happen to us, and we can look at things in either a negative light or a positive light. We can look at things that if bad things happen, we have to think of it as, well, what am I going to do about it? Am I going to, sink down and subject myself to what's going on? Or am I going to rise up and basically take advantage of the situation and use that change as an opportunity to excel in something? Look at how many people during the pandemic lost their job. And I hear really neat stories of people that had really always wanted to do something, and they never had the courage to leave their job. And then they had no choice. And then they did it, and they became, super successful, or they became really happy about their lives and how they had changed. And that's kind of this cool story of the little goldfish, and how the shark taught him how to survive those waves of change. And we can learn a lot from it. I put a little link to part of the story, so you can check it out for yourself. And it's very enlightening, and I thought I'd share that with you all tonight. I got a lot of neat comments back from the Monday morning blog about it, and I thought Well, hey, that's what it's all about is, fear and faith. You know what they have in common? They're both in the future and they haven't happened yet. So which one are you going to follow? Are you going to follow your fear, or are you going to follow faith and have faith that you will survive, you will thrive, and you will help other people and be able to be really successful, even if you're thrown a curveball? So that's the motto of The Shark and the Goldfish. Not at all like Jaws, which was kind of a scary movie, but I put that in the beginning just so that you all would pay attention. I had to play it again. I couldn't resist. Okay, now comes our trivia question from last week. And I played the Jaws theme song because our trivia question was all of these statements about sharks and goldfish are true, except for one. And I think I fooled a few of you. So let's just see if who got this right. So all of these statements about sharks and goldfish are true, except for one of these statements. A, one can swim forward and backward, and one can only swim forward. Well, guess what? A goldfish can swim forward and backward. You see a goldfish in a bowl. Well, a shark can only go forward. So, that kind of is a good little statement anyway. So that one's true. One has bones and cartilage, and one has just cartilage. Well, guess what? Fish have bones. If you eat a fish, you got to be careful of the bones, right? And sharks only have cartilage. So that statement's true. And then we have C, which is one has false teeth and one has replaceable teeth. Well, that was kind of a trick question. But let's go on to D. One lives in fresh water, one lives in salt water. Well, if you heard the beginning of my story, you know that Gordy the goldfish really couldn't live in salt water. He had to live in fresh water, but in the story, we pretended that he was in the ocean because that made the story just have the motto that it did. But going back to C, one has false teeth, one has replaceable teeth. Guess what? No fish have false teeth. I'm sorry. But sharks, have you ever seen people collect a shark's tooth? Well, that's because sharks' teeth fall out. And guess what happens? They grow a replacement. So one has false teeth, makes it not true because a goldfish doesn't have false teeth. So the answer is C. And I've given you all the reasons why. And now let's see, without further ado, who are the winners of this week's trivia contest. Here we go. Are you ready? The winners this week are as follows. Abby Rivera. Congratulations, Abby. Ron Hoban. Congrats, Ron. Monica Sony. Hey, congratulations, Monica. And Starla Chandler. Hey, congratulations, Starla. So those 4 people all get a Panera gift card that they need to be looking out for in their mail. And if you would like to play, stay tuned because we have a new trivia contest coming up. In the meantime, we're going to our next favorite segment. All right. Well, this is the birthday segment. We've got to get right to it because we've got a lot of birthdays coming up this coming week. And every week we give a shout out to everybody whose birthday it is this week. And if you send me in your friend's birthday, I will be happy to embarrass them on this show as well. And also send them a personalized birthday cake and sing a song to them. So there, we can really embarrass them or thrill them or surprise them, whatever you would like. You just tell me, and your wish is my command. Here we go. Wishing this week the following people a happy, happy birthday. Karen Sims on the 10th, Wynn Petrescu McQueenie on the 10th, Peter Calabrese and Barbara Willingham on the 11th, Mary Larian, Don Hill, and Jim Swenson on the 12th, Matt Talt on the 13th, Rita Friedenreich and Valerie Pazmino on the 14th, Mike Hassan on the 15th, Carrie Ann Thacker and Rick Flippin on the 16th, along with the following people, all born on the 16th: John Smith, Marie Walker, Pat Sullivan, Jim Von Hoff, Cheryl Hoffaker, and Scarlett Van, all on the 16th, a very popular day at the hospital. And now we'd like to sing these folks their happy birthday week song.
We heard it was your birthday. Hope it's a good one too. Happy, happy birthday, now and the whole year through. And if you're having trouble with all those candles on your cake, just call us up, we'll help you blow them out. So you can take you can take a break.
I hope you enjoyed that song, written by myself and Joe. Now we have an important segment that you're going to want to stay tuned for, and that is about texting, but something that you might not have realized. Okay, now, I think before I have spoken about email scams, and you probably have all gotten some kind of email phishing scheme or something in your email that you thought, something just doesn't sound right about this, right? Well, now they're also doing it, the scammers are doing it with texts, and they make them sound really, really real. And I'm bringing this all up because it's happened to several folks in our team. And I wanted to make you aware of it because most likely it might have even happened to you and you didn't even know it. Maybe you caught it right away. But basically what happens is you get a text, and the text is from the name of someone that's familiar to you, but their email address or their phone number, which they text you from, is a very strange phone number. It's not the area code that you normally would associate with this person. So the first thing you want to be aware of is don't respond to anyone who texts you from an unknown phone number and then asks you a question or offers you something. And that's what they'll do. They'll either ask you a question first, like, hi, this is so-and-so, and I'm out on an appointment. Are you available? Or something like that. Or did you know that you have to claim your prize? Or your delivery was misdelivered. Please check here, and then you can get a new one of whatever it was. So you don't want to respond. That's your number one thing. And don't fall for it, even if it looks like it's somebody that you know. And after that, if you want to report it, there's a way to do that. And if you want to find out more information about it, just let me know and I'll send it to you. I don't want to take up the whole evening on it, but it's super important. And because the next step will be that then they will start again asking you to do them a favor, like buying gift cards or something like that. And then the next thing you know, you have been scammed. So don't fall for text scams along with email scams, because those scammers are out there and they're becoming more and more clever as each day goes by. So just a word to the wise in these uncertain times. Watch out for text scams. Okay, we're going now to our next favorite segment that everybody has been waiting for. Okay, now tonight we are looking at next week celebrating basically the American flag, patriotism, and all kinds of things that have to do with our country. And so what we want to do is we want to have a rerun of an old question that we asked back in the day in order to stay focused and to be patriotic and to be paying attention to what's going on so that we have a handle on our future. So, focus question coming up for this week. In order to stay focused and efficient, all of these are good techniques except for one. Okay? So if you want to stay focused, you want to be able to be with the program at all times, you want to be able to do all these things except one of them might not be a good idea to help you stay focused. A, sleep. B, coffee in small doses. C, exercise. Or D, multitasking. So which one of those might not be a good idea when you wanted to stay focused? You can answer the trivia question in three different ways. You can either answer in the chat right now if you're on Facebook. You can answer in the comments if you're on YouTube. Or if you want to send me an email at Karen@homesbydonovan.com, request an official entry form, Monday morning wake up blog newsletter, we'll send you both and you can enter the contest and you too can be chosen to get a free Panera card. Put a smile on your face and some fun in your week. So we hope you enjoyed our show tonight. We want to send congratulations again to Abby Rivera, Starla Chandler, Ron Hoban, and Monica Sony for being the winners this week. We look forward to talking with you again soon. And remember, make it a great week. Bye-bye.
It's the Good News Wednesday show. Come on, kids, it's time to roll. Tell everybody that you know. Watch the Good News Wednesday show. Good News Wednesday's finally here. Let's stand up and give a cheer. Watch the boredom here.